Hi, I'm Abigail Lees, a second year business studies student at Leeds Beckett University, and today I'm going to be talking about Blue Rinse, a vintage wholesale business. I'll specifically be looking at the entrepreneurial marketing within Blue Rinse. Entrepreneurial marketing can be quite hard to define, with definitions differing over time. For example, Stokes 2000 stated the main thrust of entrepreneurial marketing is an emphasis on adapting marketing to forms that are appropriate to small and medium-sized enterprises. This compares to Miles and Darrett 2000, which states firms adopting entrepreneurial marketing processes will engage in marketing processes emphasising opportunity creation and/or discovery, evaluation and exploitation. These two definitions differ. The first one focuses more on the size of a business, whereas the one 6 years later, which is considered more modern, focuses on the activities of the business in terms of taking more risks. We must take into consideration the macroeconomic environment. Economic factors can be considered, such as levels of disposable income, as after the global financial crisis from 2008 to 2012, we saw consumers get a lot less for the money, therefore they were much less likely to spend on luxury items. Although our current economic position has improved, a vast majority of consumers are moving towards anti-fast fashion trends, where consumers buy less and focus more on the quality of a product. You can see the effect of this on consumer spending, where the growth has reduced from 4% in 2013 to 3.3% in 2017. This has a negative effect on Blue Rinse, as with them selling vintage clothes, although they may be very good quality, they've been around for so many years already that they won't last as long as clothes that are made today. In terms of technology, they solely rely on their social media to gain more visibility of their products that they sell. They currently have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. However, there's an issue with this as it opens up to a lot more competition. As there's so many other companies that also sell clothes within the same segment, it'll be hard for them to gain a competitive advantage. This relates to Porter's 5 forces, which helps me consider the microeconomic side of things, which refers to the actors close to the company that affects its ability to serve its customers. In terms of competitive rivalry, in the Leeds Blue Rinse store, there are 3 other vintage clothing stores within a 5-minute walking radius of it. With them all being so close together, this increases the risk of substitution, especially when there's no unique selling point. Another point to consider is the threat of new entry. This is a really big issue for Blue Rinse, as you can easily within 5 minutes go online and find a vintage wholesale company who are willing to sell 10 kilograms of clothing for £100, with it being so easy for people to set up an online on pages such as Depop with no costs and legal requirements. The threat of new entry is very high. Blue Rinse use intermediaries such as Man and Urban Outfitters to sell their clothing under the range of Remade in England. This can be an issue, as although they are making profits, their sales are now disguised as being part of a bigger company, where customers will relate those purchases to a company other than Blue Rinse. When looking at their current online marketing, as previously mentioned, at the moment it's not being used as effectively as possible. Their most active social media account is Instagram, where they have over 15,000 followers. However, the frequency of their posts differs, where it could be once every couple of days or once every couple of weeks, therefore providing inconsistency to their followers. It seems like their marketing strategy has been to section their social medias to different strategies. For example, their Instagram is to promote new clothing and gain custom, whereas their Facebook and Twitter is a lot more personal and dealing with individual problems. When looking at the marketing of their product portfolio, I think it's a good idea to compare this to the Boston Matrix and decide what your star product is and focus the marketing on that. Although it's important to market the business as a whole, as a growing business such as Blue Rinse, it's good to focus on one area and get a differentiating factor. So for Blue Rinse, I believe the star product would be their kilo sales, as you can buy a kilo of clothing for £15, and this is the only well-known company that do this, therefore this could provide a unique selling point. To evaluate Blue Rinse's current marketing, I believe their biggest issue is their lack of it. Their opportunity recognition with the kilo sales meant they found a gap in the market. Blue Rinse rely entirely on word of mouth and social media to market their products. However, with their inconsistency on social media, it's hard to follow them as a customer. I've been in these before and noticed the kilo sales on to go on the social media and notice there's no mention of it being on, therefore they're reducing their amount of customers possible. When we compare this to other vintage stores such as Cow in Manchester, their social media presence is a lot higher, which has allowed them to gain a lot more followers than Blue Rinse, because not only do they post about their new products and events, they also stay up to date with current topics of discussion to talk to customers and interact. Blue Rinse's disruptive innovation of a new benefit to an unchanged idea of allowing people to mix and match items and pay based on weight has allowed them to break conventions. However, from this they haven't followed through with promotion. The biggest recommendation I'd give to Blue Rinse would be to interact with customers and potential customers more, as the supply and demand already exists for the products. However, the connection just isn't there. I think Blue Rinse needs to develop an entrepreneurial promotion message and manage the flow of information better. This could start by using their current platforms such as Instagram to share offers and when their kilo sales are on to their followers. As the market focuses students and people most likely to use social media being between the ages of 18 and 25, I believe they need to take advantage of this area and improve their content marketing. The purpose of the content needs to be more towards entertaining and educating, and therefore creating a relationship with customers.